Hi guys, how you doing? Andy P here. Just thought I'd do another video for you. So first of all, massive thank you. You know, I did a video and the idea of it is purely just to try and share experiences. And you know what, I've been doing this now since October, and I feel part of the courier drivers community now. And you know, I did a video, a lot of comments, a lot of people subscribing, over 100 subscribers now, over 1,000 people have watched the video. That's just mental. Can't thank you enough. So I think I'll do a few more videos. I'm not going to do one every week or something like that, maybe once every month, every 6 weeks or something like that. You don't want to be hearing from me for too long, I'll bore you to death. But no, massive thank you, massive thank you. So hope everyone's had an amazing Christmas and a great new year. Here's to 2022. We're a lot of the COVID thing will go away at some point and we can all move on and make some money. First day back today. I'm in Ayr in Scotland. I'll just turn around to show you where I am. There's the sea. Oh, very nice and beautiful. So I picked up yesterday, overnight job, came first thing this morning. I'm stuck here now, there's no jobs on the CX. I think I'm gonna have to go over to Glasgow to see if I can get anything on the way back down. But you know, there's a chance that I knew I was gonna have to take. Just wanted to go through a few things really. So I started in October, so that meant November, end of November, payments were due. And I just wanted to talk through a few, well, the experience of the payments going through. Most of the payments going through was fine, didn't have an issue with majority of them. There were 5 shippers though that didn't pay me on time. So I thought I'd talk through you what I've done, because they're all paid now, they're all done dusted, but I did have to chase them. So 5 not paid. 2 of them was from the same shipper. So I do my invoicing once a week, usually on a Saturday or a Sunday. So I collect all the information that I've done for that week, and then what I'll do is I'll sit down and I'll do everything together. I just find it easier that way, and it also keeps it organised. I know where I'm at and what I'm doing. So 5, I think the 30th was something like the Tuesday. So you know, I didn't panic when these payments didn't come through. I didn't panic. Give them a bit of time, give them a bit of leeway, as it were. And what I did is I emailed them. So there was 5 invoices. I emailed 5 separate emails, same standard email, and I just put something along the lines of gentle reminder, this invoice is now overdue, would you please organise payments as soon as possible. If you've already organised payment, please ignore this mail, regards. And I left it at that. 2 of them virtually paid me straight away, didn't hear anything from them at all. 1 of them I never heard from, and the shipper that owed me 2 payments actually emailed me and said, we've not had your invoices. Now listen, I don't know if they did or not. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I sent them all off and I sent everything through at the same time, so they will have got the invoice. I'm more or less sure it's probably got lost one way or the other, but I'm not going to blame them for it. Lovely lady emailed me and she said, apologies, we'll put it through for our next payment next Friday. Fine with that, and it was paid. So that left me 1 that hadn't paid me. So I could be a bit shitter. I could raise a concern through the CX, but I think more often than not there's going to be a reason or an explanation for it. So what I did is I retraced my steps. Now I have a little book, I'm going to show you. A little bit of a girly book, but this is my book, and in it is just, don't know if you can see that because of the sun, basically just shows you all the days. And what I do is I put all my information in here for each day. So from the Monday through, I'll put the date, and what I'll do is I'll write down all the jobs. So I'll just keep it quite basic. So the job will be from A to B. So no addresses, nothing like that. If it's from Leeds to Ayr, which I've done at the moment, that is what I'll put, Leeds to Ayr. I also put the shipping name, so I'll know who I'm dealing with. I put the mileage that I'm doing, how much I've charged, and then I work out how much I've got for this job per mile. So then I've got a bit of an idea of what I'm making profit wise. And obviously when I'm pricing it up, I kind of put that in, but you know, I think we all probably tend to work in multiples. We don't really go for, you know, £55 and 60 pence. You know, we tend to run up to either £55, £60. That's what I tend to do, and it gives me a little bit extra sometimes. I think that's how we all tend to work it. So that's what I do. I also write on it if usually on the booking they tell you if they want it posting or if they want it emailing. Now I write that at the side. Not all of them tell you all the time. Sometimes you've got to do a little bit of digging to find out what's going on. But I noticed this particular shipper had asked for it to be posted and I'd emailed it. So probably my mistake. So I got the invoice off, posted the information over, and I didn't hear anything for him, but I got paid. So there you go. There's no good in being shitty. There's no good in being horrible. We've all got to work together. And you know what? All them 5 shippers, I didn't even put them down as being late paying. I put them down as they paid on time, because it's give and take. I'm not gonna, you know, have a go at people for that. In regards to November was my fullest month. So obviously end of December, I've had quite a lot of money through into December. I've still got a few that's not paid yet, and it's 2 shippers in particular. And again, what I found out is that there's 6 payments that I'm due for one particular shipper, and so this is for December, from November jobs, and the other one I've got 3. Now I have a business email, which you probably all have, which is separate from my personal email. They've been sending me an email and it's asking me to upload the information to their system. Now, don't get me wrong, this is what we've got to do. You know, if we want to get paid, we've got to upload it. We've got to do what they want us to do. Otherwise, they're not going to pay us. I don't know why they need us to do that though. Do you? Because realistically, it's all on the CX. Every bit of information. We're out driving all day. The last thing we want to be doing is going home and pissing about with paperwork. But if we need to do it, we need to do it. So what I've had to do, I've had to go through and I've had to upload everything. I've had to upload the invoices into their system. I've had to put in my bank details, and once you've got it in once, it auto-generates. So if you just click on it, you've got the option to put it in. So it's not that big a deal. But a bit of learning for anyone that's out there. If you've got any issues with your payments and your invoices, just backtrack, just have a look. Is it your fault? That's the first thing. Have you made a little mistake or a little boob? And the other one is check your emails. Have they sent you anything else that you need to do? The other shipper, they wanted the POD and the invoice emailing at the same time. Now, I think I'm right in saying when we do it on the CX, it does the POD and then it does the invoice. And I think what's happened is because they're not getting them together, they're not paying it. So listen, I've only just sorted this out a few days ago, so I'm sure that'll get paid, and I'm not overly concerned that it'd be, you know, it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. But from an invoice point of view, if you're new to your invoicing, just check all your information. Have something like this. Like I said, it's just a book. It's got everything in there. It makes sure that you know what you need to do. You can use a diary, whatever you want. It's however it works for you. I tend to collect all my PODs at the end of the day, and I take them into the house at the end of the day. And then this stays in the van, but at the end of the week I bring it in, and this is my reference. I can go through everything. I can even write notes on it when I've sent post out, or when I've emailed people, when I've chased people. Everything is here. So it's really, really worth doing. So that's where I'm up to with my invoicing. In regards to the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, and probably want a bit of feedback on this. I live Manchester area, so I'm Rochdale based, and anyone that's local, or even other towns and cities, because we know that London does it already, there's new charging that's coming in Manchester, and it's coming in May. So I don't know the full ins and outs. I've been reading up on it and trying to get the bit of information that I need. Basically, if you're traveling in Manchester and you're in a van, and your van is not Euro 6, so anything less than Euro 6, which is usually anything older than 2017, you've got to pay a charge per day. So that charge for us, or for a van, is £10 a day. That's £50 a week, £200 a month at least, if that's just working 5 days a week. And then actually the most days you can work in a month is probably 23, so it's like £230 a month. You times that by per year, you're looking at over £2 grand. Now at first I thought to myself, oh, it's well, just when you go into Manchester city centre. It's not, it's the whole of Manchester. So because I live in Rochdale, anytime I go out in my van, even if I'm just jumping on the motorway and going over to Leeds, doesn't matter, because of where I live, I will have to pay £10. That is scary, really scary, and it's worrying me. I set up my business in October. I invested £10,000 into my business. That's to pay for the van, to pay for insurance, to pay for CX, to keep the business running, printer, laptop, fuel, to keep everything going. That's how much I put into my business. I got an older van. The van was only £5,000. Pleased with the van. It's doing me well. It's a really nice runner. It's clean inside. Could be a bit better outside, but you know, it's doing what I need to do for the start of my business. I'm now in a situation where I'm thinking to myself, it's going to cost me a fortune when it comes to May, and I have no choice. I've no choice. And not just that, they're not just introduced in Manchester, it's being introduced in other places. So what happens if I travel somewhere and I don't even know when I'm going to get charged or when I'm not going to get charged? I don't want to be getting fines. So I'm now looking at, I'm going to have to upgrade the van. And I can't afford to pay for a brand new van. Even with trading with this, I haven't got the cash readily available because the business it's not generated enough money yet to look after itself. Sorry, it's making enough money to look after itself, but there's not extra money there for massive things. There's money there if, you know, something breaks down on the van. There's money there to service the van. There's money there for fuel, anything that I need, but there's not money to pay for a new van. So I'm now looking at potentially what I'm going to have to do, which I didn't want to do, is take out a loan or take out some kind of finance. Now anyone that's looking into this and you're based in Manchester, and again I've only read the basics, so I'm only going off what I've seen. There is some government funding available to help you upgrade the van. Don't know how much it is, I don't quite know how it works. However, I don't fall into that category, and the reason being is because I've not owned the van for 12 months. So if you guys are in Manchester and you're looking at upgrading your van, apparently there is some government funding available. You need to look into it, but my advice would be is look into it soon. I've got a few months that I need to, you know, I'm not going to rush and buy a van or finance a new van straight away. I'm going to leave it a few months and you know, just see what happens. But it's something that's worrying me. It's something that's cropped up that I never thought would crop up. And I think what it might do is, I know there's been talk before about, you know, like the price of CX, and a few videos I've seen, they've talked about maybe the reason why it is so expensive is to get rid of the riffraff, as it were. If you're serious about doing this job and you're going to run it as a business, then you'll pay the money because it pays for itself. If you want to just do it as a part-time thing, then you're not going to pay the money out. Now, this is another thing. If you've got someone running around in a 10-year-old van like me, but they're not serious about doing it, they're not going to be able to afford it, especially if they're running around Manchester or one of the cities that's involved in it. So just want to put that out there. Please, by all means, put some comments, put some reviews on your experiences. The reason for doing the videos is just to share knowledge. You know, my view would be is that we are a community, aren't we? You know, and the likes of Big Bearder and the other guys that do the videos, you know, they're doing it to help. They're doing it to share their experiences. They're doing it to not say this is how it is and this, but you know, the more experience that you have in anything that you do, the better it becomes. And you can take all the bits of experience that you want off one person, off another. That should make you a better person. So if we keep sharing videos and we keep talking about it, let's face it, we're out in a van on our own most of the time. If you wait for a job or something like that, then what else have you got to do? You know, you can quite easily just sit here and watch a YouTube video. You know, there's not a problem with that. But it helps. It helps. So, listen, I'm going to go now. I need to find a job to get home. But again, massive thanks for everyone that's watched my first video. Hope this video helps out a little bit. By all means, comment, subscribe, like, do what you need to do. But wishing everyone luck for the year, and hope you have a fantastic year. See you soon, guys. Bye.